And welcome back to the broadcast and to Dr. Jill Wagner. And we've got Kathy Moffitt. Some of you all remember Kathy here with us before, my mentor and very dear friend and sister. So we asked you to join us because you, for many years, talked to me about some of your struggles with your hormones and with menopause. And you had reached out to Dr. Jill after trying many attempts to figure this all out. So tell us what happened and what made you call Dr. Jill.
In 2009, April of that year, my sister Gayla, age 48, was killed in a car accident. And at the end of that year, on your birthday, I had a 360 back surgery. And by January of 2010, I found myself really slipping into a depression. And I'd already been going to grief counseling for a couple years, and well, ever since my sister died, so only been a few months actually, not quite a year. And but I noticed that I wasn't sleeping very good. I didn't know why. I contributed to the fact that I was mourning or grieving since we were so close. And so the time went on, and I started having these incredible suicidal thoughts. And again, I couldn't sleep. I woke up every morning at 3 o'clock. I thought I was waking up to pray. And it just continued on. So I went on a trip with my mom and some friends, and the air condition had to be real low, like 60. And so my mother ended up with a cold. My other friend brought an extra blanket in, and my mother made me promise to go and see what was wrong. She felt like I was in menopause, and I was having hot flashes, but I was blowing it because I'd been told that I couldn't do anything.
And I remember as friends, we were concerned.
Right.
Like we were out with you, we could be at lunch.
And I just was crying.
She was, always crying, Dr. Jill. And we were like, okay, sister.
Right.
We were scared to say anything that was going to throw her into that. And we thought maybe you were still grieving.
That's right.
Your sister's passing.
Right.
Because we all were.
Yes.
So clearly, you were grieving, but it was more to it.
Yes.
And then you went to Dr. Jill. Dr. Jill, what happened when Kathy came to you?
Well, she called me in crisis and said, I'm really not doing well. Right. And I said, well, why don't you come and let me take a look at you? Right. And so the first thing that I did, as I do with any woman that's having these kinds of issues, is we talk about the symptoms. Right. What are you really experiencing? Right. So are you sleeping at night, and are you having hot flashes, and are you having crying spells? And you have, and when a woman goes through a traumatic event, a lot of times they can't tell exactly what it is. Right. So the next thing we did was we did our levels. And oh goodness.
She called me that day, by the way.
I did.
She goes, oh my God, sister, my levels were off the charts.
Off the charts. And so then we actually used for Kathy a compounded combination. Yes. And that means that we go to a pharmacist who does the kinds of hormones that match biologically what she would produce in her body, and started her on a combination, something to help her sleep, which was progesterone. For a lot of women, when their progesterone levels get low, they can't sleep, and they feel really anxious, and so we gave her some of that at bedtime, and then gave her a combination cream, and it kind of helped to smooth her out. So
you really have to put together the right blend for that person's particular needs.
You absolutely do. And that's real important to know. Everybody's just frightened to death about hormones. I mean, they're just scared. They don't know what to do. They know they need to do something, but they're not sure what. Right. So part of what we will do at the seminar is to talk to women and help them really understand what they're dealing with and what the real options are. And just like all of our fingerprints are different, our requirements are different.
Absolutely.
Some women don't need anything. Right. When women who have a drastic change, they tend to have more of the symptoms. There are some women that have a gradual change, and so they don't have any symptoms because their bodies adjust gradually. So it's individual.
And what are some of the side effects of these medications? I mean,
it
weight
depends.
gain or...
if you really balance things okay, you usually will not gain weight. It will be just the opposite.
Okay.
And I say to women, because many women have weight as an issue, so what I say is try to be the best you can be.
That's it.
You know, you're 50, you're 52, you're not trying to recover your 19-year-old self.
Amen.
So you go with what you have.
Thank you for freeing us from that.
Go ahead and let that go.
Let that go. Okay.
Okay. So but what you do is you try to be the best you can now.
Right.
So if we can just stop gaining weight, for a lot of women, that's a big deal. If they can stop the weight from coming on, increase their fitness, balance things out, get some coping mechanisms so they'll know what to do when they hit a snag, and it just helps your life to be more balanced and better overall.
And overall, treasure you, right?
Treasure you.
Treasure
Absolutely.
you.
Treasure
Take
you.
care of yourself. We
Treasure
talked about
you.
this yesterday. Ladies, set a date, or a
Yes.
month or a time period every year where
Right.
you put that time aside to go to the doctor,
Right.
Yes.
go see a Dr. Jill,
Please.
go make sure you take care of
Please.
all of your tests and get your
Yes.
work done, right?
Right.
All right, amen. Thank you both
Good.
for being here. Thanks for sharing.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And as a reminder, here's the information again for the seminar. It's going to be on the 29th at 9 a.m. You can go to hormoneharmony4you.com and you can
Right.
get more information. And if you need assistance from Treasure You, please write us. Go to our website at treasureyou.org. We'd love to help you out.